Saturday night. Should be a fun one. In the round of 12 coming number 5 of the playoffs, 5 of 10, second race of the round of 12. We qualified dead last in 40th, but we will start 38th in the field. 2 drivers going to the rear, that being Kyle Busch in the 18 car, who will start 39th. And the driver starting dead last in 40th. Right behind us is Chase Elliott. Green flag in the air, 500 miles, 188 laps at Talladega. And we will begin playoff race number 2 here in the round of 12. Again, though, this should be a fun one. Chris Buescher won the Talladega race earlier in this season. We tried to fight to at least get off of the top side of the racetrack, but we're going to be stuck there at least for the time being. Really trying to work our way through the pack here, already going 3 by 3 by 3 in the opening lap of the race as we quickly were able to finally get down to the bottom of the racetrack. We got the win at Dover in the last race to lock ourselves into the round of 8. So we got 11 drivers trying to battle it out for 7 more spots over the course of this race, as well as the race at Kansas tomorrow, as we're already 4 wide on the opening lap of the race. A little bit of a push from behind here from Jamie McMurray as well. Try not to go too aggressive in this one. We got a long race ahead of us. We're obviously going to want to stay out of the big one if at all possible as well.
Still there.
Apologize for the late start time in this one. Wasn't expecting to start it this late, but nevertheless we are here. We will have a shot to win it. 4 wide on lap number 2 now as well.
Careful. Still there.
And through the trial, look at how tight that is, going 4 wide on the racetrack. Matt DiBenedetto here off to a very solid start. Already into the top 15 despite starting 38th. Once again goes to show how quickly we can move through the field here at Talladega. Chris Buescher was eliminated in the opening round of the playoffs though. His win at Talladega got him in. And he needed to win because he finished 20th in the regular season points, so he wouldn't have made it on points if it wasn't for that win here earlier in the year on a pass with 2 laps to go on Kurt Busch, nevertheless.
Careful, still there.
Once again, though, fighting through the field.
All right, you're clear then. Inside.
Trying to take it to the outside now. We don't really have a lot of help. Using the controller in this race.
Careful, still there.
And might have ended up going to the outside there a little too early. We're going to back it right back down to the inside once again. And we'll be able to get around Daniel Pembroke on the inside of the racetrack. Big run to the top again. Actually getting a draft off of William Byron there, who is up there right now as well. And I'm going to say, well, we're not going to help Byron out anymore. We're going to take it right now, but also at the same time not trying to really change lanes too much with knowing that, okay, there could be a big wreck here. Might look like I'm zigzagging all over the place trying to be aggressive, but at the same time not really being too aggressive right now. Especially with the pushing and shoving in this one so far.
Careful, still there.
Look at that. Just up in front of us now, 3 wide for the race lead in the early going. Menard in the middle, Coyle joining the inside, Daniel Suarez on the outside. All 3 of those drivers are not in the playoffs. LaJoy, Menard here, side by side, just in front of us. And now we're looking to go right up the middle, but we're not going to do it. And Coy LaJoy will lead his first lap of the race now, and already 4 different leaders in this one. Daniel Suarez, Coy LaJoy have both run a lap. They've led the last 2 laps. 32 car, kind of taking it easy once again here. Very outside of the track, now going to go down to the bottom here. At least looking there. We don't have a lot of help though. Until now, as Helmut is going to close the gap on us. Getting a big push here. So Joy has now led consecutive laps.
Still there. Still there. All right, you're clear.
After Benedetto on the bottom of the racetrack here, just trying to lead these first lap of the race at Talladega.
Inside. You're clear all around there.
Gonna fight hard here to try and lead our first lap of the race. Is on lap. We're gonna lead lap number 7 here in this one at Talladega, which is pretty crazy despite starting back in 38. So we go from the rear of the field after qualifying last, starting 38 to first in 7 laps. It's pretty wild. Well, it's 24 at Daytona going on here today. Starting today, it will roll into tomorrow as well, of course. And here comes Kyle Busch, another driver that started at the rear of the field. He started 39th. He's worked his way to the front with Chase Elliott, who started dead last in 40th, also towards the front. So 3 drivers that started 38th, 39th, and 40th are currently on the racetrack running 1st, 3rd, and 4th on lap 8. Crazy how we all just kind of followed each other to the front, kind of as a cohesive unit. Look at Joey Logano now coming on the outside of the track. He's got a lot of help from behind from William Byron in the 24 as they run 4 wide behind us here, a couple rows back.
Got a car high now. Got one peeking inside. All clear. Got one.
Look at William Byron pushing Joey Logano way out in front, and now he's going to look down for the race lead.
Still there.
We get a huge side draft off the 24 car there of William Byron to get back up to second. The line, who will lead the lap? That time it'll be Joey Logano barely leading the lap.
Still there.
We'll likely use the steering wheel on the race tomorrow when we go to Kansas. In the last race on this season, we will use the steering wheel
Still there.
for the Cup Series. William Byron on our back bumper now as we try to lead our 3rd lap of the race. Different leader in this one. William Byron, Ty Dillon, Daniel Suarez, Corey LaJoy, and Matt DiBenedetto. And now Joey Logano the last lap. Have been the 6 leaders of this race already. 6 different leaders in the first 11 laps of the race. Off to a wild start here at Dega.
Car there on the outside. You're all clear on top.
Caution's out now for the first time here today on lap number 12. So on lap 12 we get our opening caution of the race. First of what will likely be many cautions here. Ryan Preece is going to pit. I don't know if it's because he's at the rear of the field or because he was involved in the wreck. Not entirely sure. It doesn't look like anybody else is going to pit right now, so we will Restart is the race leader here. The only driver to pit was Ryan Preece.
Alright, now be smart out there. Going green. Be ready.
And here we go now, green flag back in the air. Everybody will come to the restart as we had a single car spin to bring out our opening caution to the race. Still plenty of time, 174 laps to go. 174 laps of fun racing, that is. We have to do a lot of work here at Daytona, Talladega. These super speedway racetracks to really try and hold on to the lead. We try to block kind of aggressively here on the restart as we get up to speed. Good practice for late in the race if we're in this situation. Again, 6 different leaders in the early going of this one. Not only we've had 6 different leaders, but we ourselves have led 5 laps in this one. Well, 5 green flag laps, that is, and we led the 3 under caution as well. 6 laps under green, 3 under caution. Already 9 laps led in the race, despite the fact that it is only about to be lap number 17 when we come up this time. Single file freight train line on the inside. We had that first caution of the race. It was a single car accident. Things have kind of mellowed out here so far since the restart. I'm not sure that is going to be very long before things start to get kind of sketchy again here. Chase Elliott's been peeking to the outside here the last few laps. Trying to get that second line started, but he's about 4 car lengths deep back on the outside yet. You see 5 car lengths back, and caution will fly again now for the second time here today. So now we get our second caution. And again, still plenty of time in this one. The restart is the leader. Not sure of who might have hit that time.
Starter has the green flag in his hand. Almost ready. Green, green, green.
Here we go, green flag back in the air here at Talladega. 169 laps to go. Well, we ran 2 green flag laps here before the yellow came out that time. Now we have 1 driver out of the race. And here we go. Daniel Suarez up to second off the restart here, right on our back bumper. Trying to hold on strong on the inside lane. Try to get back up to speed. Mr. Kligerman also on the inside. Suarez looking to the top. Not sure why he went up there with really no help. Brendan Gaughan now up to second. Highest position he's ran so far in this race. David Reagan third, just behind him. Here comes Gaughan on the outside. We've led quite a few laps in a row now. David 6 of those laps have been under cautions. 2 separate occasions where that has happened. Of course, no stages in this race once again. Go up to the top to block off Gaughan. And barely down to the bottom to block off David Reagan. Not going to be too aggressive with the blocks here, as here comes Brendan Gaughan on the top side of the track now. Brendan Gaughan trying to lead his first lap of the race, but we're going to get help from behind now from David Reagan. And it looks like we're going to lead another lap consecutively here in this one. David Reagan actually came home second that lap. Pretty wild and crazy. David Reagan, Kurt Busch have been trying to side draft off of each other quite a bit. Now here comes David Reagan to the top side of the racetrack. David Reagan will lead his first lap of the race here at the line this time.
Stay on the bottom.
We have now had 7 different leaders in the race.
Careful. Still there. You're all clear up top.
Wow, look at Eric Jones trying to fight right up the middle now. After lungs, that's really not going to work out too well for him. So David Reagan going to lead that lone lap, the last lap, and we'll have another lead change at the line here as Matt DiBenedetto will lead his 3rd lap of the race.
Car on the outside now.
But not by a lot, because here comes Eric Jones on the top side now. We did lead that last lap.
Stay low, stay low.
Now Eric Jones trying to lead his first lap of the race as well. Kurt Busch just behind us trying to do the same. Ryan Truex in the mix. Currently 2nd in line on the outside. Kyle Busch 3rd in line on the inside. Kurt might have his brother here trying to help him out behind right now, but this 95 car out in front of the field, currently on the inside, kind of blocking Kurt Busch off. Kyle Busch now trying to come right up the middle.
Cars there on the outside.
Led another lap there, but here comes Eric Jones now on the very top side of the racetrack. Going to take it 3 wide. He doesn't have a lot of drafting help right now, and again, we've got Kurt Busch on the bottom to kind of push us out in front here. And we are dead even. Down the back straightaway and into turn 3.
You got room. You're clear.
And despite Ryan Truex pushing the back bumper of Eric Jones, it just looks like they're slowing down just enough right now. Back through the tri-oval again. We're going to lead another lap. And again, here comes Eric Jones. We're doing a good job, though, keeping that middle and bottom line in check behind us. Forcing that outside line all the way up against the wall to really try to do something here. Get some momentum. Eric Jones, though, trying to lead his first lap of the race.
All right, you're clear.
Doesn't look like he's going to do it here. No, he will not. Benedetto will lead another lap. Gano in 2nd. He's led 1 lap in this one, maybe 2. We know he's led. Unlike the 2 guys coming in on the outside here, just behind them are Kyle Busch and Brendan Gaughan. But now Kyle Busch is going to get a big run of momentum on the top. Fellow Toyota driver here, Kyle Busch, trying to get going. Side draft off of one another and back to the line. Who is going to lead the lap this time? It will be Kyle Busch by inches. So Busch will lead a lap now, making 8 different drivers now that have led in this race.
You're all clear up top. Outside. All right, you're clear.
Things stacking up on the top side now as they go into turns 3 and 4. Two single car incidents that brought out the only 2 cautions of the race. We have not been anywhere near either of those 2 cautions that have happened. Lane Preece just restarted at the rear of the field. He is 3 wide in the middle lane. Up towards the front in the top 5 now, looking for the lead. He's currently battling for second. We have just less than 15 laps to go before we hit green flag pit stops for the first time here tonight. Now, slight contact with the 22 there. Joey Logano now. Slight contact with the 52 of Cody Ware. We're stuck in the middle. We're going to lose the lead and quickly fall outside of the top 5.
Inside.
We're just trying to hold our line at this point. It looks like Cody Ware is going to lead his first lap of the race. 9 different leaders now in this one here, and we're only on lap number 31.
You're clear. Stay low, stay low. You got room, you're clear there.
Despite quickly falling back to 7th though, we are
Still there.
back in the 4th by a nose there on Matt Tiff. Now Blaney to the inside, and he's got help from behind now from Paul Menard. And that is going to mean that Ryan Blaney maybe Paul Menard will lead the lap. Or maybe it'll be DiBenedetto. 3 wide at the line. Blaney leads the lap by inches.
Cars there on the outside.
And we have had 10 different leaders now in this race. Thought we might have had a chance to lead the lap there as we were 3 wide at the line, but Blaney got it done. Getting 10 different leaders. I wonder what the record is here at Talladega for the most different leaders in a race. We've already got 10 and it's only lap 32. To name all 10 of them that have led: Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Matt DiBenedetto, Ty Dillon, Kyle Busch, Daniel Suarez. Let's let another lap there.
Got one outside. You got room, you're clear.
William Byron,
Got a car coming inside now. All right, you're clear there.
Cody Ware,
Car high.
and it looks like Matt Tiff might be the 11th different leader here in this race.
You're all clear.
At the line this time, he's going to lead the lap. 11 different leaders at Dega on lap 34.
Still there.
Paul Menard hasn't led yet. Maybe he can get up there.
Still there.
The other driver to lead a lap in this race is Corey LaJoy.
Still there.
Back into the top 5 once again. He's egging all over the track. We're just getting a lot of runs on these guys, and it seems like we'll lose the lead for about a lap or two, and then just get it right back and lead a couple more laps in a row. One of the 2 drivers that have led multiple laps consecutively, and the only other driver to do that in this race is Corey LaJoy, who is currently in 2nd right now. Looking for his first career win as a non-playoff driver. He didn't even make the 16-driver playoff field. Matt Tiff got a win earlier this year, and it was at Sonoma in the first road course race of the season. He was in the regular season, so he could have been locked into the playoffs with that win, but he finished outside the top 30 points, finished 32nd, and finished about 14 points back from 30th. Therefore, he missed the playoffs. Despite the fact he had a win, so even with the win in your own scenario, in NASCAR these days with the playoff system, the current playoff system, still wasn't enough.
Inside. You got room. You're clear.
passing Dylan. He's getting a push now from Kyle Busch. And now LaJoy going to push us from behind, but Dylan's going to come down and clear us just before that happens. But now we're going to get back to the inside of Dylan once again. He turns 3 and 4 with us. He's right on by once again here. Black on Corey LaJoy. He was all over our back bumper. Joy is looking for the top there, and now Blaney down to the bottom. Blaney's already letting us in.
Got a Carlo now. Still there. Inside.
David Reagan's been close to leading some laps in this race. He might be the 12th different leader in this one. Not this lap at least.
Stay high, stay high.
Quickly falling back to fifth. Despite leading the lap prior. Oh, slight contact now to 66.
Got one peeking inside.
Billy Gase.
Careful, still there. Clear low, clear low.
This big single file freight train line on the inside of the racetrack. He's now led back-to-back laps. This is the second time in the race he has led. Now looking to the inside, it's David Reagan. About 3 wide for second, right behind Reagan. We're going to push David Reagan to lead this lap, which will mean will be another lap led for a new leader. This will be our 13th different leader of the race.
Still there.
Yep, Reagan leads by a little less than a half a car length that time.
Still there.
So 13 different leaders in this one. Ty Dillon will push us up to second. He's led a lap already. He led the second lap of the race. back.
Car outside. All clear. Hold your line. Got one inside. All right, you're
We'll
clear.
get back to the line this time. We'll have our version of a little bit of a crank it up section here.
Hold your line. Got one inside. Clear low, clear low.
And here we go. Never mind that yet. And our first pit stops of the race coming up here very soon, as we are within about roughly 3 laps from having our first set of pit stops in this one. In fact, we'll see if we have any takers to come onto pit road this time by, as we very well could. Come down on the pit road yet. We'll lead another lap. 147 laps to go still. Got Boyer now battling on the top side of the racetrack for the lead.
Got one outside now. All right, you're clear then. Hold your line. Got one inside. Road clear.
And we got our first takers on the pit road for green flag pit stops in this race here today. We got Coleman and Wallace. All 3 of those guys have not led a lap yet, despite the fact we've had 13 different leaders in this race already. Almenard set himself into second here pretty easily. Bubba Wallace slipping back pretty quick. Is he sputtering on gas? I don't think so. And we will see if we are going to lead this time. And here comes Jamie McMurray on the top side of the track all of a sudden. But now the caution will fly, and it will be the third caution of the race now. So caution number 3 here at Talladega this afternoon. We run 38 laps on a full tank of fuel here. We will pit. The trucks is staying out right now at least. Larson, they'll probably all pit. Not sure who the race leader is going to be, but we will likely have another new leader in this one. Should make 14. Green flag back in the air.
Hold your line there.
With the green flag back in the air here, not sure who led the laps under caution. It's kind of hard to tell. Looks like Truex. So Martin Truex Jr. led the lap under yellow. That means we've had 14 different leaders in this one, as we are 3 by 3 here in the middle of the pack, right up the gut. Right up the middle. Go bumper to bumper here into turns 3 and 4 at Dega. Got a little push from behind, slightly 4 wide for a quick minute there. Hopefully we weren't up to speed yet. Now Kyle Larson trying to lead a lap. Larson tries to lead the first lap off the restart here, and he will. 15 different leaders in this race. We've been counting every single one of them here from the start. Still got some drivers here in the top 5 that have not yet led a lap, such as Ryan Newman, Eric Almirola, Kurt Busch. Newman might be coming here pretty soon. Looks like he is, as he made a 3-wide pass for the lead there, and Ryan Newman will lead the next lap. 16 different leaders in this race now. As it will be Ryan Newman leading that lap. So push Eric Almirola into 10. To the top side of Ryan Newman here, coming out of turns 1 and 2. We're going to push Almirola to the front. Caution will fly. Almirola is the leader, and that will be our 5th caution of the race already. Sorry, 4th caution. 4th caution of the race already. And Almirola will be our, counting here, 17th different leader in the race already. So 17 different leaders in this one. The caution will fly once again. Kyle Larson will hit pit road. The only driver out of the race to this point is Landon Castle. So Kyle Busch is going to pit as well here throughout the field, and we will go green with 138 to go. Still plenty of time in this one.
Starter has the green flag in his hand.
And let's go. Here we go. Green flag back in the air here at Talladega. A little bit of a wheel spin there on the restart for Matt DiBenedetto. And it really clogs up the inside lane with everybody else behind. Not really getting the push here from DJ McLeod on the back bumper. That could help us, but we're just not getting it.
Got one peeking outside.
Really tried to side draft him, so he just got on the back straightaway as well, though that probably could have helped also.
Car there on the outside.
Get Ty Dillon going all the way up to the top side of the track there. Now we're getting a big push here from BJ McLeod, but took a little bit before we can get that. And it looks like Eric Almirola is going to lead first lap off the restart. After he controlled the restart from the race lead. 3 wide and tight.
Careful, still there.
Into turns 1 and 2.
Careful there.
Big side draft off the 6 of Ryan Newman there that time. Right on the back bumper of Martin Truex Jr. here. Daniel Hemrick on the inside. Can we have another different leader? Hemrick would be 18th different leader in the race if he can lead all the way back to the start-finish line as we go to the inside of Truex now for 2nd. And we will pass Truex for 2nd now, and Daniel Hemrick will lead at the line. So, yes indeed, 18 different leaders in the race, and we are only on lap number 53. Not even sure how many lead changes, well over 20, that's for sure. And the top 2 have just pulled away now, about 0.3 of a second out in front of the rest of the field. Alex Bowman's closing the gap here behind those leaders. Bowman hasn't led a lap yet. Hamlin in 5th, he hasn't led a lap yet either. Go to the inside of Hemrick. We're going to try to lead this lap this time. Just trying to side draft off him. Couldn't make it work. And Daniel Hemrick will lead the lap easily. At least made it look easy. We got BJ McLeod looking to push us again. All the way through turns 1 and 2, now down to the inside here as we close into the back bumper of Daniel Hemrick. Now to the inside, down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. We go up the track to the side draft. Easily going to complete the pass. And now the cloud all the way to the back bumper gives us a big shot. Again, we're back in the lead. I'm not even sure how many different times we've led in this race. I know we've led a numerous amount of times already. Busch McLeod, McDowell, Hamlin, so second and fifth, and not going to lap yet in this one, despite the fact they've had 18 different leaders. And here comes Kurt Busch on the outside with Denny Hamlin to follow. Hamlin giving Kurt Busch a huge, huge push. And now McLeod will close into our back bumper to push us. Denny Hamlin kind of lighten up the racetrack, but now all of a sudden here comes Michael McDowell on the inside. 3 wide here as we're going to come through the tri-oval. Who will lead the lap? We're up to second now, and it looks like Michael McDowell will lead his first lap of the race. 19th different leader now in this one. Sled will look to go up the middle again. Wasn't going to work. We're chasing the car up the track now with Jimmy Johnson to push us from behind. We're quickly back down to the bottom here as we're in third. Trying to follow once again. Again, 19 different leaders in the race. 2 drivers have DNF'd in this one, one of those being Landon Castle, who did not lead a lap in this race. Inside of Eric Almirola.
Stay out the bottom. You got room. You're clear.
Still 132 to go. Going by pretty well, though, I do have to say. Push here to the rear bumper of McDowell. He's going to block us all the way down to that double yellow line to make sure that we can't get around him. Menard pulls him into our back bumper now. Menard gives us a shot. I'll lead another lap, I believe he will. And yes, indeed he will. All the way up the track here, the side drafting down into 1 and 2, and now down to the bottom. At the nose, out of the front, can we clear Michael McDowell off at turn 2? No, we will not. Never really had a chance to. Big side draft contact now with the 34 of Michael McDowell. Had the side draft and clean that time, but ended up having a little bit of a shoving contest instead. Everybody just kind of all over the racetrack. And the side draft again, and oh, big block there by McDowell. 3 wide stuck in the middle here, very tight through the traffic. McDowell's led about 5 laps in a row now with the 34 car out in front of the field. There's Eric Almirola, excuse me. Good for the lead again.
Hold that line, driver. Clear eye, clear eye. Inside, inside.
Austin Dillon hasn't won a lap yet in this one. Until now. 20th different leader of the race. It's Austin Dillon.
Still there.
Oh, Dillon!
Hold your line.
Huge block. We're all the way down on the apron. He did push us there and forced us below the line, but still, we had to get out of the gas there just to avoid a penalty. Austin Dillon took a huge shot and on contact there with Harvick as well, and then to give up the spot before we passed him below the double yellow line. A couple instances there on this lap, both through the tri-oval and down the back straightaway where we could have had cautions.
Got one on top.
Trying to push Kevin Harvick out in front now.
Still there.
Try and make it 21 different leaders in the race.
Alright, you're clear then.
Harvick is not ready yet. We're going to go to the top, we'll go to the bottom. Harvick going to go to the bottom with Austin Dillon on the top side of the track. Dylan's just going to come down and block in time. Behind us here to kind of help is going to be kind of run up the block again there, and now we're going to go down to the bottom. 3 wide per second at the line. Big battle to see who will be the first car in line right behind Austin Dillon. And we are going to be the driver in behind, and now looking for the back bumper of the 3 car. Hard there.
Careful, still there.
Oh, big move to the top there. Dillon went to block as we were up there. And a really nice fake. Now pushed from behind here from Parker Kligerman on top of all of that. Back in the lead.
Car outside, hold the line.
Now here comes Kligerman on the top of the track.
Stay on the bottom here.
And Kligerman leading his first lap of the race. Make it 22 different leaders in this one. Very well possible. Blaney's there. We're 4 wide for a quick moment. Unbelievable. Brendan Gaughan now out in front. And Gaughan going to clear us for the lead. And Brendan Gaughan is about to make it 22 different leaders in this race here at Talladega. We were 4 wide for the lead down the back straightaway, just about wrecked, and somehow Gaughan on the very outside. Was able to squeeze by as the leader and become the 22nd different leader in the race.
Careful, still there.
Up against the wall. Through 3 and 4 here, just kind of trapped it right behind Brendan Gaughan, waiting for whoever on the bottom can make a run. And it's going to be us. We're going to be the first driver to drop down. Gaughan leads the lap, but here comes Stenhouse from behind to push us. Try to get us back out in front. To Benedetto now with the clean air out in front. Stenhouse currently in second, and if Stenhouse can lead a lap, he would be another new leader in this one. He is yet to lead a lap, as well as Brad Keselowski and Parker Kligerman, who are both in the top 5. Gaughan again on the top. Bottom's open now for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Stenhouse going to lead the lap. 23 different leaders in the race. Might be able to push Jimmy Johnson out into the lead now. Look at Jimmy Johnson trying to go right up the middle. Oh, lane closed just in time. Oh, big contact. Now back in the sucker hole in the middle of the racetrack was Matt DiBenedetto.
Still there.
Stenhouse currently out in front once again. If you are just tuning in, we have had a pretty crazy start to the race at Talladega, only on lap 67, and we have had 23 different leaders in this race.
Still there.
Big side draft there off the 17 of Stenhouse. We could very easily have a record today for the race with the most different leaders over the course of the race in NASCAR history, and we're less than 20 laps away from green flag pit stops. It'll be our second set of pit stops in this race once we get there. The inside for the lead. Side by side.
Still there. All right, you're clear.
Suarez got us out in front that time. We're going to lead another lap. And caution's going to be out here. It looked like Michael McDowell was blowing up smoke down the front stretch heading into the tri-oval, and that will bring out another caution here in this one. It'll be our 5th caution of the race, and it happened with 121 to go. We will have 117 laps left when we go green. Stay on pace here with the rest of the leaders. So that's a big caution here in this one.
Be ready here. Green flag.
Green flag back in the air here at Talladega. With 117 to go, and quickly up to the top side of the track here to try and block off Daniel Suarez, and that's going to allow Paul Menard to get to the bottom here. And can Menard be the 24th different leader of the race? He very well could. We got a drag race now down the back straightaway, and Ryan Newman also to the inside. Bush on the top here to maybe help us out.
Careful. Still there.
A huge pump draft here from behind from Kurt Busch. Unbelievable here as we're on the top side of the track, getting a huge push from Kurt Busch to the lead here to lead this lap despite what actually ended up happening on the racetrack. How about Paul Menard on the bottom here trying to battle back and lead the next lap? I think it could very well happen. Another big push down the back straightaway again though. And now Ryan Newman looking to the inside. 3 wide for the race lead here at Talladega.
Car there on the inside.
Menard side drafting huge off of Ryan Newman that time, and now here comes Kurt Busch out of nowhere.
Got a car coming inside now.
Newman leads the lap, 24 different lead changes, or 24 different leaders in the race, excuse me now. Here in this one.
Hold your line.
And got out of the gas a little bit there to duck in line behind Johnson. In 3rd, Johnson on the bottom of the track now, with Newman on the top, and Newman's going to be able to throw the block. And Johnson is not letting this race. Jimmy looking to the outside for the lead. We're going to be there to push him. Can we have our 25th different leader of the race at the line? Johnson leads the lap, 25 different leaders now in Talladega. Unbelievable. Caution will fly for the 6th time now here today. We're going to stay out of the pits here. Hold to Johnson. We had some drivers come on the pit road that time.
The green, driver. Almost ready. Hammer down.
Green flag back in the air, though. Once again, here at Talladega, Jimmy Johnson, Matt DiBenedetto will both lead us back to the green flag.
Careful, still there. Got one down, low down. Inside. Hold your line, stay high. Stay high up here.
That's it. It's going to give us a big push here from behind, going all the way up the track. But
Still there, inside.
here we go, riding up against the wall on the outside, and a big block now by Jimmy Johnson.
Still there.
We are right there. Now Jimmy gets loose all of a sudden. We're going to get all the way to the inside of him, and Johnson barely led the lap.
Got one outside now.
Boy, did he get loose coming out of turn 4.
Careful.
Way to hang on with it, though, in front of the field. Even with that quick push from Austin Dillon,
Still there.
Johnson able to stay right there and hold on to the lead for the moment.
Stay on the bottom here.
Even though we've had 6 cautions in the race today.
All clear. Got a car low
When
now.
will we get another? Austin Dillon kind of pushed herself out of the way now.
Got one
He was
peeking
able to
inside.
take the lead. Paul Menard, he has not led a
Got
lap in
peeking
this one.
outside. Keep it steady,
He's got
driver.
a chance to get to the lead here pretty soon. Austin Dillon led that lap now, but Paul Menard
Stay on the bottom.
will be looking for a lead here shortly.
Got one peeking outside.
He's got a good chance to do it here.
All right, you're clear.
Big push now on the inside of the track here. Once again, we've got 25 different leaders in the race. Paul Menard will make it 26 different leaders in this one. If he leads this next lap,
You got one. You're clear there.
he's currently in front. It looks like he's probably going to end up doing here. Six different leaders in the race now as Paul Menard's out in front here at Talladega. 66 car there, Joey Gase is coming on the inside. How much of a run will he get here?
Here we go now. 3 wide.
And here comes Joey
You're
Gase.
all clear up top.
27 different leaders in the race now at Talladega. Joey Gase out in front of the field here for the first time today on lap 82.
Car there on the inside.
40 driver field, 27 different leaders now. 3 drivers are currently out of the race. Parker Kligerman, Alex Bowman up here, Chris Buescher, and the winner back in the spring race has not led a lap yet. Look to the inside here. Just thinking about taking the 3 wide, but instead we'll get Cody Ware out in front in the Winn-Dixie car. Ware will lead another lap in this one. He has already led once. DJ McLeod down there too. He hasn't led yet. 27 different leaders in this race so far.
Stay low, stay low.
BJ McLeod has a good chance of making it 28. 3 wide for the lead. Oh, slight contact. And at the line this time, BJ McLeod's going to lead the lap. 28 different leaders now here at Talladega. 28 different leaders in the race. And the first 3 drivers on the inside are... Now Reddick is falling back in the middle, but... Here we go.
Careful, still there. Hold your line, got one inside. Inside.
Will McLeod lead another lap here consecutively?
Stay high up here.
Or will it be Alex Bowman at the line this next time? Cloud's going to lead the lap. Bowman charging hard, though, on the inside. And if Bowman can lead here pretty soon, he'll be the 29th different leader in the race.
Careful, still there.
They're going to go down to help him.
Careful, still there.
Unbelievable. Bowman out in front now here at Talladega. And if he can lead all the way back to the line, it will be now 29 different leaders in the race here at Talladega tonight. Yep, Bowman leads the lap. 29 different leaders now here at Dega. And you got Tyler Reddick coming on the inside pretty soon here, and Reddick has not yet led a lap in this race either. Now at the top side of the racetrack, and dominating here on this run currently.
Careful, still there. Careful, still there. You got room, you're clear. Got a car coming inside now.
At the line, we're barely going to lead the lap, and Tyler Reddick is there on the inside. 4 wide now for a short moment there as we're all the way up against the wall, and somehow we didn't make contact with anything or anybody.
Inside.
Still 4 wide.
Car there on the inside. Got a car low now.
Now Tyler Reddick is out in front of the field.
Coming to the pit. Hold your line. Got
Green
one
flag
inside.
pit stops look like they're going to come this time. Not sure who's all coming. The race leader, Tyler Reddick, though, is going to at least stay out for now. And at the line this time, we have had 30 different leaders in the race as Tyler Reddick is going to lead a lap. So, yes, 30 different leaders in this one.
Careful, still there.
With currently 37 cars left on the racetrack out of the 40 that started.
Still there.
Pretty insane. Got drivers like Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin, Kurt Busch have not yet led a
Watch
lap.
that car in front of you. He's slowing down. He's going to be pitting. Car on the outside now.
Chris Buescher hasn't led a lap
You got
yet.
room. You're clear there. Got one up top.
Well, Byron's going to lead another lap in this one now, and here we go. Wallace, Denny Hamlin, them guys. A couple slower cars in front of us here. Caution is out. 100 laps to go as we get a yellow here in this one. Our 7th caution of the race now. So with 100 laps to go, we get our 7th caution of the race. Really slowed the pace of this race down quite a bit. Denny Hamlin led under caution. Therefore, we have had now 31 different leaders in this race. Green flag back in the air here at Talladega. We're going to spin the tires off the restart once again. So we have 97 laps to go. It's not good on my behalf. So there's at least 6 drivers on the racetrack that have not yet led in this race. To include Bubba Wallace, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott. We're starting to have a little bit of a break here in between these two packs, these two leaders. Keselowski hasn't led yet in the race. Busher hasn't led yet. That would be 5. Top of my head, I can't think of who else hasn't led. Trent Boyer, I don't think he's led yet. He's still in.
Got one up top.
I don't think Ryan Preece has led yet either. I know Landon Castle's out of the race. He hasn't led. Nor will he in this one. Down to the inside of the racetrack though, currently 3 wide. We are nearing the halfway point in this race. We are getting closer and closer to that point.
Clear high, clear high.
And down to the inside, looking for the race lead. It looks like Ty Dillon out in front there.
Stay low, stay low.
Yeah, it looks like Ty Dillon's currently out in the race lead.
Still there. You're all clear up top.
Going to give Kevin Harvick kind of a huge push here.
Back her down.
And caution will fly again. And that will be our 8th caution of the race here with 95 laps to go. So with 95 laps to go, we have yet another caution. We'll restart in 6th. We will have 92 laps left when we head to the restart. Thanks for staying up here on a late night, at least for me on the East Coast. Green flag back in the air.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Once again, 31 different leaders in the race in a 40-car field that started this one.
Got a car coming inside now.
And the inside line just blowing by me big time here. This is the 2nd restart in a row in which we have spun the tires off the start. Luckily, we didn't have any break in between the 2 packs this time as we all stay cohesive into a 1-pack unit. Look at the speeds as we're just getting up to speed and we're hit 205 miles an hour. It's unbelievable. It's kind of all over the place right now. So despite the fact we have had as many cautions as we have had in this one, I have not personally seen one myself outside of Michael McDowell blowing an engine out of my rear view mirror while I was leading, and he was in 2nd, but outside of that, I have not
Still there.
seen any of the yellows happen in this one.
Got one peeking
And we have had
outside.
8 cautions so far in the race today. It's 3x3 action now, 4 wide coming out of turn 4.
Still there.
Business is picking up here at Talladega.
Still there.
Let me tell you.
You're clear.
Oh, Kurt Busch gets loose. Busch is going to go around. And the big one's out of Talladega in the middle of the field. Busch got a little bit of a tap from behind as we tried to bump draft him. And he spun back across the middle of the field, causing our first big one of the race here today with 90 laps to go. It looked like he had it saved and he might have overcorrected at the last second. What an unfortunate set of circumstances that just happened here at Talladega as we get our first big one of the race despite now having our 9th caution. And again, it's really slowing this race pace down quite a bit. Having all 9 of those yellows in this one, but the green flag is back in the air nevertheless. We jump down to the inside here. That was a bad idea. Should have just stayed in line right behind Ty Dillon. That's going to give the edge now to Kevin Harvick in the Ford car. Truex is on our back bumper, but he's not pushing us quite yet. Harvick is yet to lead a lap in this one, but he is very close to doing so as he's quickly at the second off the restart, despite restarting in the 5th position. There's Kurt Busch. He doesn't have too much damage. Surprisingly, he's going to keep it going, but I'm not sure how fast he might be. And luckily, we were able to avoid that big one. Kurt went spinning to the inside of us, and now, all of a sudden, it's Daniel Suarez getting loose in the middle of the pack. He saves it. And that was a close one. Harvick out in front now. 32 different leaders in the race. 86 laps to go. Man, really got in the back of Larson there. Aggressive pushing here, despite the fact we are just past the halfway point in this one.
Careful.
On the inside here is with 3 wide. Larson, Harvick very close to one another, side drafting off of each other, and the caution will fly again as Ty Dillon regains the race lead just before the caution comes out for the 10th time here today. So look at the drivers who have DNF'd in this race so far. David Reagan is out of the race. He's led a lap. Michael McDowell's out of the race. Ryan Preece and Landon Castle are out. Preece and Castle have not led a lap in this race. McDowell and Reagan have. So at the most we can have 38 different leaders lead in this race. And so far we've had 32 different leaders. And Ty Dillon will lead us back to the green flag here. We'll try not to jump the start and beat the leader to the line. And the green flag is going to be back in the air here once again. Pretty good restart on the outside. We'll see if we can get help from behind here from Harvick. We got the nose out in front into turns 1 and 2. They're already 3 wide behind us again. And what a crazy race that this has been throughout. Playoff racing at Talladega. Earlier today, therefore we are already locked into the round of 8. But we are racing for 5 playoff points. So you never know when we can need it. As well, the other 11 drivers that are in the playoff hunt are not only still in this race, but with a win, they will advance to the round of 8 as well. Kyle Larson is one of those drivers, and in fact, he is on the outside of the cut line entering this race by just a couple points. He needs at least a good day, but a win that could lock him in. Could be huge as well. This is at least the second time Larson has led in this one. It seems to me that everybody in the top 7 or 8 have already led a lap. Again, with 32 different leaders and only 38 or 36 drivers are currently on the racetrack. to make for a huge moment there as Jimmy Johnson kind of got close to us that time. Now we go to the inside here to take a 3 wide, getting a big run off the back bumper of the 10 car of Eric Almirola. Now up the racetrack trying to side draft him here. Get every source of momentum possible back down to the bottom. Austin Dillon's got a pretty big gap here out in front of second, third, on back. That's going to allow DiBenedetto to get a big run here down to that straightaway on Austin Dillon as we look for the lead once again.
Still there.
Trying to go way down to the inside and now trying to side draft off the left rear corner panel of Dillon. And here comes the 31 Leather Richard Childress driver of Tyler Reddick. And now push from behind here from Eric Almirola. Austin Dillon just in front of the field. He gets loose. I was prepared to go to the outside to miss the wreck, but unfortunately there's nobody up there to help draft us. And we are going to lose a lot of spots. Finally, Ryan Newman's up here to try and help us out. But we quickly fall outside of the top 10.
Inside.
And again, it just shows how quickly we can be battling for the lead and fall all the way back to 14th as we have just now done. And now to the inside, at least looking there on Suarez.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Slight contact with the 66 of Joey Gase now.
Careful, still there.
Got to get back down to the inside of the racetrack here. And now we're 4 wide on the very top of the track here, almost against the wall, somehow keeping it off the wall.
Stay high up here.
And as well, keeping it off of Daniel Suarez. Unbelievable, keeping it steady there that time.
Still there. Inside.
A big run down the back straightaway now.
Stay high. Inside.
Oh! Almost got into Dillon.
Careful, still there.
Wow, I can't believe we've fallen outside of the top 20 now. Still struggling just to get back down to the inside of the racetrack. Well, bumper to bumper, we can't really get it done. And now we've got a chance to get down there here right behind Ty Dillon. And just in front of the 88 of Alex Bowman.
Careful, still there. Car outside.
Hard to tell who's leading the field here from right back where we are on the track right now. But almost everybody you can think of that is still in this race and has a shot to win has led in this one. It's the 3 car of Austin Dillon, as you can kind of see on the track map down below, the bottom left corner of your screen.
Careful, still there. Clear high, bud.
Able to pass cars in the middle, top, and bottom grooves of the racetrack. We've raced 4 wide multiple times in this one. We've been able to hold our line each and every time.
Stay on the bottom here. Careful, still there. Still there.
Kyle Busch currently the race leader.
You're all clear.
The M&M's number 18 Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Defending champion in 2019 in real life in the Cup Series.
Still there.
For the win, he can lock himself into the round of 8 here on NASCAR Heat 4.
Careful, still there.
Down to the inside, 4 wide again and very tight. Somehow never made contact with Kevin Harvick.
Careful, still there.
We're going to quickly get by him and get out of that mess before anything really bad happens.
Still there. You got room, you're clear there.
Trying to get to the inside of the 19 of Truex, just couldn't quite do it there. Now into turns 1 and 2, he goes up a little bit. We're going to sneak right on under him. They get a huge run on the back bumper here of the 52 car, and now here we go down the back straightaway with the big run ensuing. Still trying to keep it going. We got the 18 of Kyle Busch right there. We're going to try to go right up the middle. 3 wide, a Joe Gibbs Racing sandwich now. It's not going to work. Our run's going to stall out before we can get to the lead, but that will allow Eric Jones, who stayed on the bottom, to get the push from behind from the 52 of Cody Ware. And Eric Jones is now on in front once again here at Talladega. It's been a while since he's led in this one. So we now have 73 to go. Lap 116 of 188 in this one.
You're all clear up top.
We're back up to second here. Toyota's running 1, 2, 3 on the racetrack. Eric Jones in the lead, Matt DiBenedetto second, and Martin Truex Jr. in third. The running order can change, and I'm sure it will throughout. We've seen very aggressive side drafting here in this one. A lot of bump drafting.
You got room. You're clear.
We're closing in here, very close to midnight now on the East Coast. Kind of seemingly running all night like the Rolex 24 that's going on right now.
Hold your line. Got one outside.
Nope. I knew that block was going to pay off. Eric Jones is going to get there.
Got one up top.
Not time to throw very late and aggressive blocks. And a big push now from Truex to get right back to the lead as he got a little loose there. 3 and 4, and Truex kind of moved us up the racetrack just enough to get back into the lead himself.
Got one peeking outside.
Out in front now as we're kind of caught in the middle of the racetrack, now quickly able to get back down to the bottom once again.
Clear high, clear high. Outside, outside. Clear high, clear high. Stay high up there. Still there? You're clear all around there.
Can Truex win here at Talladega? He's never won here in his career before. This playoff victory to propel him to the round of 8, if he can get it done today, that would be so huge. As well as that 5 playoff points in addition to bring on in the start of the round of 8 in Martinsville in a couple races. 70 laps to go.
Still there.
On the inside of Truex and back out in front again is Matt DiBenedetto.
Clear outside.
Once again, we've had 9 cautions in this race today, and I'm sure we have not yet had our last.
Still there inside. You're all clear on the bottom there.
The way this race has been shaping out throughout, we could definitely have another photo finish here at Talladega. In the NASCAR Heat 4 race on this channel, the playoff race at Talladega saw a 3-wide finish at the line, in which I won with Ben Rhodes to lock myself into the championship 4. This, I'm already locked into the round of 8, but
Still there. Got one up
like
top.
Cup Series, but you never know what could happen with every given point to try to help myself once the next round starts.
Stay on the bottom. All right, clear outside.
5 playoff points, if I can get the win here today, could be huge. So we definitely still have something to race for.
Outside. You're all clear up top.
Gonna ride along here with the onboard cam as we get back to the start-finish line this next time by. Oh man, big moment there in 3 and 4 again all of a sudden. Just gotta kind of keep it steady.
Still there inside.
Really tough to hang on to the car.
Car outside, hold your line.
And the caution will fly just as we lost the lead and fell back to third, and that will be caution number 10 here in this race with 67 laps to go here at Talladega. So we're gonna go back to the green flag now.
Drive safe, be smart, keep your head.
Back in the air here at Talladega. 64 laps to go as we head to the restart. Quickly taking it 3 wide to the bottom.
Still there.
Cody Ware, who controlled the pace on the restart, is not going to control the pace anymore as he's quickly passing. Look at him falling back right up the middle already.
You're all clear up top there.
And now Matt DiBenedetto from third to first through turns 1 and 2. Here at Dega off the restart, he's out in front. Billy Gase looking for a big upset win here for a non-playoff driver. As of right now, it's definitely not impossible. I saw Bowman coming here. We're getting back up to speed here at Talladega. A lot of racing to go. And what has been a very eventful race. 10 cautions so far. Luckily, we have not been involved in any of them. So we ride along here with the onboard cam. Not worried about making too many aggressive blocks right now. Sound has just gone out on my TV, and I don't know if the audio is still working here on the race. Hopefully it is. Not sure what the audio is like, if you guys can hear me and or the sound effects of the actual race going on. Just complete silence for me right now. It's like the whole thing's muted. Not sure if that's going to make it harder or not, but it's going to make it kind of weird commentating the rest of this one, but nevertheless, here we go. Corey LaJoie, he's led multiple times in this race, kind of periodically. He's come and go up towards the front. He's moved all the way to the back a couple times. Very roller coaster day for him, but he stayed out of trouble. That's why he's in position here right now to try and take the lead back once again. Currently, we've led the most laps in this race, but not by a lot. If I had to guess, we probably only led about 30 to 40 laps in this one. I mean, I guess that's a lot by Talladega standards, but over the course of a 188 lap race, it's really not a lot. And now Alex Bowman down to the bottom. Slight contact now with the 24 of William Byron. Oh, kind of washing up the track again. Seemed like a little bit more contact now with the right rear of Byron. We're still stuck on the outside of the racetrack. kind of nowhere to go here. We've got a little bit of help from behind, so that's why we haven't really fallen too far back. But now the lane's back open on the bottom. We'll fall in line behind Jimmy Johnson. And Hendrick Motorsports now out in front. 1, 2, 3. Bowman in front. Byron in second and Johnson in third. Chase Elliott, not sure where he's at on the track right now. He has not led a lap yet in the race. One of the few drivers that actually hasn't led yet in this one. But he did start at the rear of the field. He started dead last. I started 38th after a bad qualifying effort. Kyle Busch started 39th. He also started at the rear. The top three of us were all within the top, or the three of us were all within the top four early on. Here we go. There's the big push we were hoping for now from Corey LaJoie. Side by side with Alex Bowman for the race lead. And now here comes LaJoie on the top side of the track. We're 3 wide, and now all of a sudden there is nobody on the bottom to try and help us out. Quickly going to lose more spots here as we only have about 10 laps left here. Of fuel left in the car before we have to make a green flag pit stop. Now a big run all of a sudden down the backstretch into turn 3. And once again, Corey LaJoie in the Go Fast Racing number 32 car is going to get out in front once again here at Talladega. .57 to go. Big push down from behind from Austin Dillon. That helped us not only get clear of everybody, but Austin Dillon now in second place all alone. The inside line really starting to form up quite well compared to the outside here as we're staying in line with each other currently. Slight little bobble there through 1 and 2. Quickly able to get down and hold in line. And now here comes Corey LaJoie on the top side of the racetrack. Going to go up to block him, and that's going to give up the bottom as we were either going to lose the lead to LaJoie on the top, or once we moved up there, we were going to lose it on the bottom to Austin Dillon. And I guess I made the decision that I was going to give the bottom up, which probably wasn't the best idea, but we were quickly able to get in line in third right behind him, and now trying to fight back here on Parker Kligerman for second. And we will do so. Or at least still side by side with Kligerman into turn 1, but Kligerman has little to no help. He will easily lose that second spot and more as he's still on the outside there, and he's about to quickly fall outside the top 5. That allowed Austin Dillon to get a big lead out in front. So we caught a huge draft right behind him. Turns 3 and 4. We're going to clear him off of 4, and back in the lead again is going to be Matt DiBenedetto. Will it be official at the line? Yes, it will, but how about Parker Kligerman trying to fight back up through the middle once again? We're roughly 5 or 6 laps away from green flag pit stops. I've made 2 pit stops under caution in this one, but I have not yet pitted under green, as we've had 2 cautions in the stretch where we have had green flag pit stops. But I had not made my pit stop though in either of those 2 stretches. So we'll see if we stay green here this time to cycle all the way back through. That might actually space the field out a little bit if that is the case. Here comes Austin Dillon on the very top side of the racetrack. And now Joey Logano trying to fight right back up the middle. 3 wide. 3 wide for the lead into turn 1. De Benedetto on the bottom, Logano in the middle, and Ty Dillon on the top. Dillon has never won a race in his NASCAR career, and we're still 3 wide. We've been 3 wide for the lead for almost an entire lap. Just a great battle going on right now. Nobody can get an edge, and now we're 4 wide for the lead. Very, very tight, and what a move by the 51 of McLeod, who was actually just now coming onto pit road, so I'm not even sure why he made that move. That ended up being a very, very risky, dumb move to go 4 wide for the lead, as he ended up ducking onto pit road anyway. And made the late decision to not block Parker Kligerman. We got a slower car we're approaching now, who has just come out of the pits recently. It looks like it's Jimmy Johnson in the 48. So we go 3 wide all the way to the top side of the track now. We don't have any help here from behind. Johnson trying to block his way off in case a caution comes out. He does not want to be a lap down and have to be the first driver a lap down. Or if he could stay on the lead lap, he won't have to pit under yellow. And he might be good to go here to the end. It didn't look like very many drivers came onto pit road that time by either. I wasn't going to plan on pitting that lap. But being on the outside, really didn't have a choice in general. I was going to have to stay out. As we're still on the outside of the track here with 2 cars underneath us. It's going to be the same. We're going to have to stay out again. Now, I was planning on it. I don't plan on pitting here at all until I absolutely have to. So we got a lot more drivers coming onto pit road that time. Here we go. Looks like Austin Dillon might be out of gas. And I believe Austin Dillon's out of gas with 50 laps to go. And that is not good under green flag conditions. And now the caution will fly once again for the 11th time here tonight. So I just stayed out of the pits there, and that was not by design. In fact, that actually might have been by design. Trying to stretch it here an extra lap or 2 off. Laps to go. You can only run 38 laps on a full tank of fuel anyway. So the green flag back in the air once again here at Talladega. Following another caution, Ryan Truex out in front. Truex is the 33rd different leader of the race. Kurt Busch might be looking for the lead very soon here as well. We try to get back up to speed right now. And now Kurt Busch looking for the lead on the inside of the racetrack. .46 laps to go. Here at Talladega, 3 wide for the lead now. Kurt Busch on the bottom of the racetrack. We're going to pit this time by. And as we will pit this time by, I might be the only driver coming onto pit road playing my own kind of strategy here in this one. So we are sputtering on gas. Very dangerous situation now. Oh, and slightly into the wall now. We got to get onto pit road. This was not a very good idea. And we're going to get ran into from behind. We're likely going to end up speeding on pit road. And yes, we do. That is going to be a pit road speeding penalty. No tires, fuel only. Going to try to save some time here, but that was not a good move whatsoever. At least the sound is back. At least for me. But that pit road speeding penalty will be costly. So we're going to go a lap down now. That's unfortunate here as we try to get back up to speed. And at that point we might as well have just taken tires along with it. With going a lap down. Now the good thing is we are the first driver a lap down on the racetrack right now. Daniel Hemrick is taking the race lead. Kurt Busch led that lap here before we had to come onto pit road. Try to get back up to speed here off of pit road now. So again, currently in the 34th position. Kyle Busch might be the biggest loser of this race, as he is going to finish in the 36th position. That means he will only get 1 point. He will only get 1 point in this race, and will likely have to be in a must-win scenario now at Kansas in the next race just to get into the round of 8. Pretty crazy for the defending champ there. I'm going to bank on the fact we're going to get a caution though. And we'll pit for my fuel and the rest of my tires at that point. Again, we've had 11 cautions so far today. Denny Hamlin now has taken back over the race lead. So we're just going to ride it out until we get a yellow, assuming that we're going to get a yellow. And if we don't, boy, did I not pay off the gamble there. Now, it already didn't pay off because I ended up going a lap down, but that was because of a pit road speeding penalty. I got hit from behind. I'm not sure who by. I want to say Alex Bowman, but I could be wrong on that one. But I got hit from behind right before I came onto pit road and ended up speeding because of it. Couldn't get the car slowed down in time. Surprisingly, the caution never came out. So at least for that reason, we stayed out of trouble. But a little bit of damage on the back bumper, of course, because of that hit from behind as well. Probably the most boring part of the race right now. I know this entire race is where we're at right now, but again, we're hoping for a caution. You can run 38 laps on a full tank of fuel here at Talladega, so even still, we're not good to the finish of the race, and neither are the leaders. So everybody will have to pit one more time in this one. Again, that was making my strategy a little questionable. More than a little, it was questionable. But we've got nothing to lose here. So we won last week in Dover, or sorry, earlier today at Dover in the last race. Kurt Busch, though, currently leading all these laps here out in front of the field. 41 laps to go. And in fact, for the race leader, Kurt Busch, there's actually 40 to go, speaking of the fact we're a lap down. So even though, speaking of the fact Kyle Busch is in the playoffs and out of the race, I've already won. Even though I'm still racing for something, there are still 10 drivers looking to possibly clinch their way into the round of 8 in this race with a victory. And even for those drivers that aren't in the playoffs, a win in the Cup Series would mean so much. And that is what they have to race for, and they will race hard for the win as well, especially if they have the opportunity in the late going. Which with 33 drivers on the lead lap, those 33 drivers have a shot, including me in 34th, being a lap down with being the first and only driver a lap down. So again, caution comes out, we will be back on the lead lap, and we will have a shot to win this. We will restart at the rear of the field, but again, it doesn't matter at Daytona or Talladega in that case. So we obviously have lost the draft. And we're falling way behind. Now, here's what can't happen. We cannot go 2 laps down. We cannot go 2 laps down and allow Daniel Hemrick or whoever's the race leader at the time come back to lap us again. Now, we have about a half a track ahead of them. As well with not having anybody to draft with. That pit road speeding penalty going to be costly. We would still be on the lead lap if we didn't have it, especially taking fuel only. Would have definitely been on the lead lap still. So we ride along on the onboard cam. Ryan Truex trying to pull off a miracle win here at Talladega for a lower funded team. And now Chase Elliott on in front. So if Chase Elliott can lead this lap, he will become the 34th different leader of the race here at Talladega, as he has not yet led a lap in this one. He did start in dead last. And wow, 3 leaders have just swapped the lead this lap alone now. Out in front of the field, as you see the track map once again on the bottom left corner of the screen. And now Alex Bowman's in 33rd, so that's not a good day for him as well, because he might need a win to advance to the next round if he has this bad of a finish as well. He's at least on the lead lap, and he'll likely be hoping for a caution as well, as it's not like it's just one pack there out in front of the field right now. A lot of smaller gaps. Later and later into this race we go, though, as well, without a caution. Is going to be the less and less likely we're going to be able to drive from the back of the field to the front to win this thing. And try to win the first 2 races of the round of 12. And go for our 4th win already in the playoffs in what is only the 5th race of the postseason currently as we run. Daniel Hemrick about to get back to the start-finish line this time. And there are now 32 laps to go. Still 33 drivers have led in this race. Can lead up to 37 different drivers in this one, as 3 of the 6 drivers that have DNF'd in this race have not led yet. Chase Elliott got to the lead but didn't actually lead a lap, so therefore he was not the 34th different driver to lead. Now Kevin Harvick's back out in front again. Nervous though. This is taking a little longer for a caution than what I was hoping for. So again, I'm still thinking that there's going to be at least one more caution in this race, but the bad thing is the fact that we have to remain on the lead lap. I'm sorry, remain on this lap. We have to remain 1 lap down, because if we fall 2 laps down, then we can only get 1 of those laps back with a caution. So then we would need 2 cautions just to get back on the lead lap, and that will be less likely to happen. Not impossible still, but hoping for 1 caution's bad enough. Hoping for 2. Asking for a lot more. But here, as we currently run 1 lap down at 34th, this is the furthest back in the field position-wise we have been since the very start of the race when I started at the rear. That would be insane, though, out of the 11 cautions we had today, if we somehow run these final 46 laps of this race under green. Can't quite see Harvick and the leaders out of my rear view mirror quite yet. But I'm sure it'll only be another lap or 2 before you can start to see them out of the rear view. And again, we have to stay 2 laps down. And there we go. So you can see the cars exiting turn 2 there as we get to the end of the back straightaway. Luckily, this is a 2.66 mile racetrack, the biggest racetrack on the Cup Series circuit right now. There they are, circling through 3 and 4. The nerves are definitely settling in because we are going to be a lot slower than them when they catch us. I mean, they are going to catch us and blow around us with us not being in the draft right now. And on older tires as well, they will be coming. Jimmy Johnson now out in front for the second time here today. Can he hold on to the lead? Eric Almirola now out in front once again. So now we're keeping an eye on that right front tire as well, as it is down to 6%, because remember, I did not take tires under that pit stop, and leaders are definitely closing the gap. They're only a few seconds behind me now. If I had to guess, they might catch me next lap. Again, we are just put in a very, very big spot here. We need a caution, and we're going to need a caution fast if we're going to want our best chance to win this race. Again, we're just trying to ride it out right now, but this is not looking good. So we still have roughly 15 to 20 laps before we hit green flag pit stops again. We have 27 to go. Chase Elliott out in front. Elliott led that last lap, therefore we now have had 34 different leaders in the race. So the leaders didn't catch me this lap, but they are coming, and they will likely, in fact, they will for sure catch me next lap. And now we got more drivers heading onto pit road right now, as it looks like they might be trying to short pit here. This could be the timing we need. We need a caution, and we need it bad. For all these guys going a lap down now. Luckily, we are ahead of them a lap down. If and when they do fall. Going to slow them back a little bit, so luckily they're not going to catch me this lap because of the lap traffic. How will the sequence go though for everybody else? Will we have more takers this lap? I'm sure we might. And yes, we do. We got more. Nope, no takers out of that front and lead pack to come onto pit road that time. And for the leaders now, only 23 laps to go in the race. I just don't think our right front tire is going to last that much longer. Out in front of the field now. Here come the leaders. 3 wide for the lead. We got to try to block them all, and this is not looking good here. Push from behind from Chase Elliott, and this is not working out at all. Now we're currently a lap down. Two laps down on the track with 22 laps to go, and now DiBenedetto's right front tire has just gone down. The right front on Matt DiBenedetto has just blown out. And we are forced to coast it all the way back down to pit road. We ran it as far as we could, and now a very, very tough break. Things are going from bad to worse here very quickly here towards the end of this Talladega race. And onto pit road we go. Going to be a 4-tire stop, and things are getting ugly here for us at Talladega. Man, oh man. Should have just taken tires there that last time we were on pit road. Well, once again, I mean, Talladega is the unknown wild card race here in this round of 12. Kind of like the Roval was in the last round, and thank goodness I had those 2 wins before we went to the Roval, because even though I finished in 8th place, I mean, it was a rough day that day. It's been a rough finish here at Talladega in this one as well. in 34th right now, currently 3 laps down on the racetrack. We're going to need a lot of cautions late if we're going to want a chance to win this. Now, the leaders are going to have to pit again, so we'll get one of those laps back. Maybe we can get a caution-free pass, I don't know. I mean, and now Bubba Wallace is out in front of the field. Bubba Wallace will lead the lap at the line. 35 different leaders in the race now here at Talladega. Who will win? All came down to we should have pit under that last caution. Definitely my fault. Should have pit under that last yellow. I caused myself a chance to win the race. I'm not going to say I would have won the race because, I mean, we've had 35 different leaders in this one so far. So I'm not going to say I would have won if that didn't happen, but I would have had a better shot to win, though, if I would have pit. $21 to go. Currently on the inside of BJ McLeod right now, and it's going to be very surprising to go the final 46 laps here without a caution. 20 laps to go now at Talladega, and that's for us. We're 3 laps down, so the leaders only have 17 laps to go. Kevin Harvick is currently in the lead, and Harvick, with a win, will advance to the round of 8. Tomorrow, or really later today, if you want to say, it's already technically Sunday, but tomorrow we will run the Kansas race. It'll be my final race on this season in the Cup Series with the steering wheel. Should be a fun one. Brendan Gaughan's really been pushing us a lot here. Gaining quite a bit of ground because of it. Problem is way too little and way too late. The field kind of spread out right now, and now Harvick and those leaders are going to have to pit again, so it'll be interesting to see who can cycle out as the race leader, and they should be having to pit here within the next 5 to 10 laps. They're going to be short on fuel. Paul Menard now is just taking the lead off the exit of turn 2. Menard not in the playoffs as we have 15 laps to go here at Talladega. And with 15 to go, Kyle Larson in 33rd right now. He is definitely not a good position at all here. He was already below the cut line entering this race and might be in a must-win scenario heading into Kansas in the next race, just like Kyle Busch. We know Kyle Busch is going to finish 36th here no matter what. Not entirely sure where Kyle Larson will finish, but he is not looking like he's in a good position here to get a good finish either. Most cautions we've had in a race all year. Happened at Atlanta, second race of the year. We had 14 cautions. We had 12 cautions in the first race here at Talladega earlier in the season. We've had 11 so far here today. $16 to go. So again, what I'm hoping for here is to get one of those laps back. Once the leaders come down onto pit road, that'll put me 2 laps down. So that will leave me 2 laps down. And from that point, to really set ourselves up, maybe get a free pass. Everybody has to come onto pit road again, maybe. I mean, that's put us 1 lap down and hope for another caution after that. I mean, it's going to take a Hail Mary heave just to get back on the lead lap here in this one, rather yet win the race. But I guess you never know. 12 laps to go. Keselowski leads now as they head into turns 3 and 4. And once again, the leaders do have to pit yet. My favorite driver. And there's the caution that we were going to need, but we needed kind of a while ago. And that will shake the running order up here big time. We're going to stay out of the pits. It's not going to matter. We're the only driver 3 laps down, because we're 3 laps down. We did not get the free pass. Probably should have pit anyway, but oh well. Green flag back in the air. We can get one of the laps back here and just keep praying for cautions, but likely won't happen. But we'll see if we can get towards the front of this pack and maybe we can help somebody win this race. But the green flag is back in the air here at Talladega. 9 laps to go on this restart. The inside just kind of got freight trained behind here, is even towards the rear of the field right now. We are 3 by 3 almost all the way through. This is going to get very, very dicey here to the finish, let me tell you. Will we get another playoff driver to win this race? And have another classic finish here on NASCAR Heat 4. We're not going to be involved in that great finish, at least for the finish itself. Well, let's see if we can see anything going here now. Oh man, the 2 outside lines, or the middle line and the very outside line there, get stacked up big time as they were all 3 by 3. And I'm not sure if somebody made a mistake and they had to get out of the gas or get on the brakes, but... And now we're 4 wide on the racetrack here into turns 3 and 4. Again, very tight, late going in this one. Once again, here at Talladega. We have 10 laps to go, but we know the leaders have less than that. 7 laps to go now. For the race leaders out in front of the field. Harvick, one of the playoff drivers. So is Keselowski. They're both in the top 10. They've got a shot late here. Joey Logano in third is currently the highest running playoff driver in the field. He is on the outside and maybe looking for a shot to win this race. Looking to the outside of William Byron for second. Austin Dillon leads now. Lap car of Matt DiBenedetto in the way, trying to get one of his laps back. Hoping for another caution immediately after. Pushing the back bumper of the 24 of Byron. 6 laps to go now. Gotta say though too, if I end up accidentally getting in the back of somebody and I'm the cause of a wreck, I'm gonna feel so bad, but... Wouldn't normally race this hard here. 2 laps down, and wow, Byron blocking me all the way down to the apron as he tries to hold on to be the first driver on the inside currently. He's not going to give it up. Dillon stays on the outside though, and here comes Byron on the bottom, and William Byron has just taken the lead here in the race. He was eliminated in the round of 16, so he is no longer in the playoffs. But the second-year driver, William Byron, is now looking for his first career win. 5 laps to go at Talladega. And with 5 laps to go, we are now 2 laps down. And Brendan Gaughan has just taken the race lead right behind us. Will we stay green to the finish, or will we get another caution? To Benedetto leading the pack right now, but again, we are currently a lap down. Brendan Gaughan looking for the upset victory and looking for his first career win ever here at Talladega. And in the Monster Energy Cup Series, 4 laps to go. He's got Joey Logano right behind him, who has won here in Talladega in the past. Logano also in the playoffs, and with a win, he can advance to the round of 8. Now looking to the inside of Brendan Gaughan. Gaughan is hooked to my back bumper though right now. And that could make it hard for the 22 car to get under him. He's definitely trying though. On the top side of the track is us right now. And caution will fly. Hemrick will get the free pass, and we will head to overtime. So the caution's out. We will head to overtime. With only driver 2 laps down. And we will stay out again. So here we go now in NASCAR overtime. This is our first attempt. If we get back to the white flag, the next flag will end the race, whether it is a yellow or a checker. Who will win? Green flag back in the air. Well, we got one of our laps back, but it took a little too long for that to happen here to really get anything out of it. And now slight contact now with Kyle Larson. We were just desperately trying to get to the inside. It didn't happen. Brendan Gaughan leading the field off the restart, but can he actually hold on and win this race? Once again, Gaughan currently out in front of the field. This race is going to be 189 laps to the finish. Who will win here? 4 wide now, back in the middle of the pack. Corey LaJoie to the lead. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go at Talladega. And on the final lap of the race, who will get the win? Corey LaJoie out in front. He's got a big space here in between him and the second place driver of William Byron. And that could actually allow Byron or maybe even somebody else to pull up on him and get a huge big run. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen. LaJoie still way out in front. Coming to the line. This is the finish of the race. Go Fast Racing. Corey LaJoie will win his first career race at Talladega in overtime. On a last pass, coming to the white flag to take the lead and win the race. He isn't in the playoffs, but it is his first career win. We bring it home there in 33rd. Unfortunately, the last 40 laps stunk for us, but Corey LaJoie, though, the race of his life, the restart of his life, and an upset victory here at Talladega for the second time this season. Wow. And that will definitely shake up the playoff standings. Kurt Busch, who is in the postseason right now in the round of 12, finishes second. Just behind him Hamlin 4th. He might have needed that. Hamlin's actually in good shape, and in fact, Kurt Busch is in good shape too. That bad finish, though, will cost Kyle Larson. And he is 25 points behind the cut line. Chase Elliott will need to win, no matter what, to move on into the next round when we go to Kansas. Alex Bowman, the last driver in, plus 17 on Blaney. Kyle Busch, despite having a bad finish, he's still 21 points to the good. His playoff points he had from earlier in the year definitely paying off. At the fastest lap of the race, 47.236. We led the most laps with 45 laps led, but we ended up falling 3 laps down. Pit road speeding penalty, and then a very bad decision there to pit late. Didn't pay off with the caution, but we won at Dover, so we had nothing to lose coming into this race anyway as far as the playoffs are concerned. So we were only racing to try to get the win, to get the 5 playoff points to enter the next round. But nevertheless, that's it. If you enjoyed the race, hit the like button. If you enjoyed the commentary here throughout the course of this video, hit the like button. If you enjoyed, or I should say, if you would like to enjoy more NASCAR Heat 4 and other future-related NASCAR content on this channel, please hit the subscribe button. I've got some NASCAR races I'm going to end up going to again this year. I'm going to be vlogging all of them on my bucket list quest to try to hit every Cup Series track ever. Currently 7 of 23 right now, just within the last 2 years. I plan on hitting another 4 more tracks this year for a total of about 6 different races. That is going to be it, though. Once again, I'll see you next time. Kansas tomorrow for the Cup Series. Final race with the steering wheel for me. Final race of the round of 12 in the playoffs. Even though I'm already locked in, I'll go for 5 more playoff points to enter into the round of 8. Could help. Pay off huge. And it should be a good race. Thanks for watching.